Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
All right. Hello and welcome to week 4 of C2C Rankem on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Big B, along with my co-host, the Prime Oos, Tim Hendricks. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Excited for this week. Well, being in Italy, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I am an American, so in a little way, I celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but we still like to eat. I mean, I can't wait to hear some of the restaurants. If you put them in your top 5 over in Italy, kind of get a variety there. But today we got 5 topics. Of course, being Thanksgiving, we'll end with our favorite Thanksgiving dinner dishes besides turkey. So, with that being said, let's start with candy. Tim, give me your number 5 best candy.
My number 5 best candy. This is I picked this one because you can share this with everybody. You get a little piece. You can save some now, save some for later. I took Kit Kat.
Okay. For me, it was kind of a toss up because they all kind of are like fruity kind of things, but I got like Starburst, Mambos, and Mike and Ike's all together because get the little fruitness in them. All right, so let's move on to number 4 there, Tim.
I like this. I think this is probably my favorite candy bar. Total. Peanuts, chocolate. I'm really funny. I'm not a really big chocolate fan. I really don't like much for chocolate. But you give me a Snickers bar and I'm there.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I don't know what it is, but a Three Musketeer bar. It's not crunchy, of course. It's like I don't know. I don't know how to describe why it's so good, but it's like soft and I don't know. I've always enjoyed them. So number 3, Tim.
I like licorice. Any type of licorice. You give me black licorice, red licorice. You give me Twizzlers. Licorice to me is I could probably die on licorice.
I did put licorice up there, but I am a big fan of black licorice, black jelly beans. Yeah. For me, number 3, a classic peanut M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. M&Ms in general, but I think peanut M&Ms are my favorite. Number 2.
I like this because I like fruity flavors. It's not chocolate. It's along the lines of M&Ms, but it's not. It's along the lines of Jolly Ranchers with the fruity flavor. I went with Skittles. Of course, taste the rainbow.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, you just made a fan in what was it, Sean Alexander? Is that who does Skittles
Um,
in Seattle?
no, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, that's who it was. I knew was one of those guys in running backs. Still should have got the ball in that Super Bowl.
Yep.
For me, um, the Simpsons, Bart Simpson's favorite candy bar, Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers. I just one of my favorites of all time. So number 1, the oos of all candies.
The ooze of all candies, and you have them at number 3. I love M&Ms, but to
I
me, you put a bag of peanut M&Ms, I will sell up my grandmother. I will,
no,
I will create assassinations for peanut M&Ms.
they all say, "What would you do for a Kit Kat bar?" For me, it's sick. It's those little sicklets. You put those in the
Oh my
freezer.
god, yeah.
Those are amazing frozen. Like you said, you give me a big bag of those, and I will tell you almost anything that you need to know. I mean, if the FBI ever got me and they gave me a bag of M&Ms, I'm squealing on everybody. you know, so just in case anybody out there, you know, want to know why your lies came out. Big B
Right.
got a bag of skitlets. Sitler. What are some candies? I mean, there's a lot of candy out there. I mean, what did you kind of leave off? Had a hard time taking off.
I like peppermint, but when I sit there and I looked at my list and I went, if I don't put no York peppermint patties on there, I'm kind of kicking myself in the face.
Yeah.
Butterfingers a little bit, but
Junior
yeah, York
mints.
and Reese's Pieces.
Yep. Yeah, those are the Junior mints and Reese's Pieces. Even peanut butter cups were kind of hard for me. Licorice again was another one to put on. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Hershey's candy bar, Nestle's Crunch was another hard one for me to keep off of there. But no list is perfect. So
exactly.
All right, so let's go into some drinks. I guess I didn't specify what we were going to do. I did soda. I don't know what you did. Soda type drink. So what's your number 5 drink?
I didn't go soda type drinks.
Whatever. So our list will not be the same.
Well, no, our list might be kind of the same, but in a couple spots. When I was playing poker, or I'd be sitting down playing blackjack for hours and hours and hours on end. I kind of went the way with the Big Lebowski. I like sitting there drinking White Russians. To me, you could put a White Russian in front of me, and I could literally be drunk in 3-4 hours.
Wow. Yeah, White Russians are good. I mean, I could easily switch it up, but maybe we'll do some alcohol drinks later. But for me, I know it came back for a little bit here and then disappeared again. I always liked crystal clear Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, one of the drinks. You could kind of keep it in school because everybody, put it in a water bottle. People thought it was water, even though it wasn't. So what's your number 4 drink, Tim?
Being from Wisconsin, I kind of stuck by my beer of choice in Wisconsin. Being brewed in Milwaukee. It's an acquired taste for some people, but if you put a bottle of Miller Lite, I can go to a football game and baseball game. I don't know how many baseball games and football games I went to and had 3-4 Miller Lights just to sit back, enjoy the game. Yeah, I went with Miller Lite.
Okay. Yeah, no. For me, I try to stay away from it because I can drink it very quickly, almost like water. Is regular Mountain Dew. I can drink that stuff like water. I try to stay away from it, but it's still good to have here and there. Actually, a lot of the Mountain Dew flavors are very good. So I haven't tried the Fritos, or not Fritos, the hot Cheetos flavor. So
we
what's
don't
your number 3?
We don't have Mountain Dew over here, so it's
well, that's good. Maybe that's where I got to go to stay away from it.
Yeah, it's a good idea considering.
All right.
I like this when this first came out in the 80s. I was already a fan of Coke, but when this came out in the 80s, it made me a bigger fan of Coke, and I got addicted to it, badly addicted to it. It was Cherry Coke.
Oh yeah, Cherry Coke was still good. Yeah. Now they're putting cherry, now it's Cherry Pepsi, and I think Mountain Dew has it, or not Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper I think has a cherry flavor, which ain't bad. For me, classic A&W root beer. Put them in a float and whatever. There's nothing like a classic root beer for number 3. Number 2.
Again, this was one of those that when it came out, I was addicted to it, which is terrible because you shouldn't be addicted to sodas. So if any kids are out there watching, don't get addicted to sodas. They're extremely bad for you. But when Code Red Mountain Dew came out, I was absolutely. I guess I'm a cherry fiend. I like Code Red Mountain Dew. To me, Code Red Mountain Dew was amazing. And then when the doctors told me that I kind of had to stay away from the sugary stuff,
Yeah.
And I found out that they had Mountain Dew Code Red Zero, no sugar. I went, oh God, now I'm definitely in heaven, and I'm in trouble. So I went with Mountain Dew Code Red Zero.
Yeah, no, I totally get that one. For me, I know another thing that's bad for you, but I think a lot of them is zero sugar, 0 calories. Uh, I like the whole line. Well, there's a couple I don't like, but the Bang energy drinks. I love the whole line of them. I haven't. I've had a couple that I don't really care for, but you know, I know energy drinks are bad. You know, but all right. So number one.
Number one, uh, when the Golden Arches comes out with this, and it's such a rare time. It's always in March, and it sucks so much because it's so damn good. I went with a Shamrock Shake.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, but you are right. You are exactly right. That is it's almost like the McRib when they bring the McRib out. You got to go get one or two of them
Right.
before they go away. For me, uh pretty much a drink that has pineapple in it. A pineapple pop. I just for some reason just kind of like you and Code Red. You give me a pineapple drink, I'll try it. So what are some drinks you left off that was hard to leave off?
Um, Dad's root beer.
Oh yeah, Dad's root beer.
Um, I'm if anybody watches most of the time, and I don't have one today. This is kind of weird. If you ever see me on the network, I always have a Monster Zero.
Yep. Yeah, those are
That
good.
was so hard. It was so hard to not put that on. I've fallen in love with three different kinds, and it's just yeah. And the one that I really love the most is the Mango Paradise, and
Ooh.
it's so good, and I get so much crap for it because I'm like I got to the point where I was drinking two a day, but I would space them out 8 hours. I was drinking them at 8 hours apart. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming down. I'm coming down. I can go ahead and start again. Um, but no, it was difficult for between Dad's, Barks,
Yep.
Barks root
Barks is a
beer,
good one.
and
Yep.
W cream soda was tough to
Yep.
put off that list.
Yep.
Schweppes ginger ale.
Oh God, I
It's
haven't had ginger ale in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the toughest one was not putting a Monster Energy drink
Yeah.
on there.
For me, go on the alcohol side. Speaking of root beer, not your father's root beer we have here. Just amazing. You can only drink at least one for sure. Two you might have. It's so sweet and man, but they're so good. I mean, you name. I mean, even Gatorades. I mean, it was hard to not put Gatorades or Powerades on there. Um, classic Coke and Pepsi. I mean, of course, the classics. So all right, I think this one's going to be a fun one because of where you live. Maybe you'll have some Americanized, you know, restaurants on there, but I can't wait to hear what you have over there. So we're gonna go restaurants. So Tim, what's your number five?
Well, I'm going to shock you right now because I don't do too many restaurants here, and
Oh, okay,
and if there's any fast food restaurants, they're all American anyway.
okay,
So, but I did find a restaurant when I was living in Florida that I absolutely loved, and it's funny because they actually sponsor college bowl games. Um, it's Zaxby's. It's Zaxby's chicken.
okay.
Unbelievable chicken, and they've got a sauce that I've actually gotten the recipe for and made, but I've never had a sauce like this. This ranks right up there with Arby's horsey sauce.
Oh,
The
really?
Arby's.
Okay,
Oh, it's right up there.
okay, good. Number five for me. I don't know how nationwide it is, but Red Robin. Um, They got great food all around. They always they seem busy, but they don't seem busy at times when you go there for dinner. They got some great endless fries. You get endless fries. They got a great sauce there too, especially for their onion rings. So, all right, let's go number four.
I loved this as a kid, but I always went there. I always went to where when it was my brother always wanted to go there for his birthday. My brother's birthday happened to be in May, but we always pushed it. We always went to the weekend, and the only place you could ever go to was in Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
So and then they got bought out, and they went off. So I went Showbiz / Chuck E. Cheese Pizza.
Oh God, a classic.
That
Yes.
thing was. I'm like I always got jealous because my brother's like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this, and his birthday's in May, my birthday's in July, and I'm like, we could have easily went to for my birthday, and it's like, no, forget it.
Yeah, I spent Chuck E. Cheese, Showbiz Pizza, yeah, those classic places. For me, I haven't been there in a while, and I've heard they've kind of raised their prices pretty much. Is KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken? Always good. Good biscuits, good corn on the cob, good whatever. I don't think I've had a bad time. Any bad food there? Any bad dishes? So number 3 for you.
We've got KFC, but I got to go to Milano for it. And half the time when you're going to Milano for KFC, the line, and I say the word line, is down the block.
Really?
I've never, I've never seen a KFC as busy as that one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Um, I I don't know if you've got this there, but my number 3 I found like um is burger. It's a burger like a gourmet, but it's fast food, and it was created by a former Marine.
What burger place was it? You kind
Um,
of cut out.
based off of Fi Burger Fi.
Burger Fine. Okay. No, we don't have that here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's a place that's created by a Marine.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just check one out and see if we got one around. For me, number 3, being as I'm a big guy. Um, I like pretty much any Chinese buffet. Just because it's all you can eat, and they got a mix of Chinese dishes and then a couple American dishes, but you know always nice. And then if you get the place where they actually do it off to the side, they'll make you a dish, fresh, which is always good. All right, number 2.
Um, I went with an old classic. I went with something that was I when I was growing up I couldn't eat, even though they had Whopper Wednesdays where the Whoppers were $1.
Yep.
Because I used to get sick on the liquid smoke that they put in their Whoppers, so I
Oh,
couldn't
really?
for a long I couldn't for a long time eat a Whopper. But Burger King, it got to the point where now I have because they're even rarer up here than down here over here, um, um, than a lot of other places. I think there's one in the train station in Milano, but they're so hard to find.
Okay.
But yeah, Burger King easily.
Okay. Nice classic restaurant. I'm going. This might be a Minnesota thing. I think maybe Wisconsin might have had a few of them. White Castles, the little sliders, the fries, the chicken rings, onion chips. For me, growing up, that was the classic meal. And drunken nights. When you turn 21, you always went to White Castles because it was open 24 hours. So I love me some White Castles. So how about the number one Oos restaurant in Tim Hendricks's
The
book?
the Ooze restaurant. This is going to rank right up there with your White Castle because you went there when you got drunk. I mean, they weren't necessarily open 24 hours, but you can get a lot and get filled and had something in your stomach to throw up in the morning. In the morning, but Taco Bell to me but it was quick. It was cheap. It was fast.
Yep.
I've never gone to a slow Taco Bell. I've never had a bad Taco Bell. I had a good Taco Bell.
Yep. No, I get you on that one. As a matter of fact, here in Minnesota, we had the first 2-story Taco Bell that you pull into. You got the app, you pull in, you make your order, you pull in, you tell them that you're here, and they drop it down like an old bank style. Comes down a conveyor belt, and so I'll have to send you the link of the video of showing it. For me, um, I gotta go with Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse, big steak place. They got good potatoes. Oh, Tim's going crooked here, so we'll hopefully get Tim back here shortly. But for me, my number one restaurant is Texas Roadhouse. Tim will be back shortly. Sorry for the little glitches that he has. He is, halfway around the world, so we know how technology goes. But when Tim gets back, for me, restaurants I left off. Me and Tim met in Michigan. Big Boy Restaurant was a pretty good place, kind of like a. There's Tim. Give him a second to get back on here. Hopefully, there he is. So, Tim, what restaurants did you have a hard time leaving off? I was just saying I had a hard time leaving Big Boy Restaurant off. I remember going there when I was a kid, and I think
Yeah,
we went there 2 times, being up in Iron Mountain, Michigan.
Big
Of
Boy was
course, yeah,
Shakey's was tough.
okay.
Um,
I mean, of course, classic McDonald's and Burger King. I mean, you've had Burger King on there, but I
yeah,
had a hard time leaving them off. But you know,
yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. They're tough. They're a lot of them were easier to hold off than some, but yeah,
yeah, Taco Bell for me. I mean, I like Taco Bell, but it wasn't hard for me to leave it off. You know, so
right.
but it was a good place to go, like you said. At the time, $5 could probably get you 4 tacos and a drink. $10 for sure could. So all right, so football season's upon us, and we get some football parties, but we're kind of talking in general. Just big get-together stuff like that. But some of our favorite party foods. So Tim, you're number 5.
Chicken wings, without question. Chicken. If you don't put chicken wings on there, you're going to a very terrible party. I
Number 5 though, huh? Chicken wings at number 5. Okay, I figured they would have
yeah.
been higher for you.
I've got some pretty good standards up there, but
Okay,
chicken wings, I'm not as high as I am on the other 4 on this list because
okay.
chicken wings. Everybody likes chicken wings, and it's always like you kind of and that's the thing when you try to get to when you want to start eating chicken wings. Everybody's got chicken wings, and it's like you're never gonna you can't get filled up on chicken wings.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, for me, I'm gonna go a little healthy here because it's always a good snack food. Before you're waiting for the party to kick off, or even it's a good veggie tray. I mean, the veggie dip, veggie trays. I mean, people are gonna watch this. Go, really? The biggest guy in the on the network is gonna pick veggies. I mean, you sit there, you're talking with somebody. You're at the table and you pick up a salad, you dip it in, you're talking. I mean, good veggie tray. So number 4, Tim.
Um, it's here. It's a little more easier to find this. My number 4. It'd be weird if you go to a party here and you didn't find it. Is pizza.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How many times I've gone to parties here and in the United States that had pizza.
Yep. No, we just was it last week or the week before for where I go watch Vikings game. Everybody brought in 2 or 3 of their favorite pizzas and they fried them up or cooked them, and but for me, number 4, hot dogs and hamburgers. I mean, even brats I'll throw in there, but you get some good sized hot dogs and good burgers, got all the fixings. Definitely a classic when it comes to parties and you know cookouts and stuff. So, all right, Tim, you're number 3.
I'm starting to think you're looking at my list. But, to me, definitely a family get together. Any of my family get togethers when I was when I was living in Florida, it seemed like these were always there. It's burgers, cheeseburgers,
Yep.
hamburgers,
Oh yeah.
some crazy thing called a slaw burger.
Yeah.
It just yeah. If it's not a burger, they for some reason it don't show up.
Yeah, no, you're right. A burger, I mean, can't go wrong with a good, if it's cooked and nice and thick and got some juice still up to it, perfect burger. Number three, probably one of the easiest food people can throw together. Barbecue meatballs and the little weenie hot dogs. You know, last minute thing, you forget to grab something. It's like, oh, I'll go get barbecue sauce and little weenies because you throw them in the crock pot and just let them go. Um, some people I know have thrown bacon in there and dazzled them up some. So that's my number three. Number two for you, Tim.
My number two shows up on your number four. My number two, hot dogs, brats.
Yep.
You're cooking hamburgers, you're cooking hot dogs, you're cooking brats. You go to a tailgate party, you're having hot dogs, you're having brats, you're having burgers, you're having
Yep.
beer. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a good hot dog or a good brat.
No, I mean, definitely. I mean, Johnsonville brats. I mean, that's what they always showed you out cooking. So, definitely. My number two, can be messy, but again, if you're sitting there and you're putting it together, and I know some of us, or me and you, when we used to play video games, kind of would eat these quite a bit. Was nachos or tacos? I mean, nachos, just plain nachos and cheese, throw them in the microwave quick, but tacos in general, make them or walking tacos, whatever you want to call them. Always a good food. See it a lot at Super Bowl parties, stuff like that. So, you're number one. I'm kind of interested to see this. Number one.
You're kind of interested to see this because I haven't heard it on your list yet, and which I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but my Usi party food. If this is not at your party, you're not having a party. If you're not if you're having a family get together, you're not having a family get together unless you have potato salad.
Oh, wow. You're right. It's not a party. I mean, I've seen that almost every party I'm at. I'm just not a big fan of potato salad. I mean, I'll eat it here and there and stuff, but wow, that's your number one. Okay,
Yeah.
that kind of threw me off there for a little bit. Wow, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's kind of like with coleslaw too. I mean, coleslaw, potato salad. Somebody's gonna bring it. It's an easy dish to make. I mean, it is, I guess, a little time consuming, but it's what, four ingredients maybe. So,
Yeah.
but for me, you had them at five. I got them at one because you can't go wrong with no matter who brings them, how many they bring, what different flavors. I mean, you got to go wings. I mean, it's endless amount of wings. Like you said though, Tim. I mean, you're not gonna get hungry on wings. I mean, they're definitely a snack food, but definitely a good food, especially if the theme's wings. I mean, you could have 20 different varieties of wings, and yeah. So I definitely want wings. What are some other ones that you had left off? I mean, I guess I would say potato salad I kept off, but I wasn't really thinking about it. But what are other ones?
Um, I taco dip. Taco dip was
Okay.
really
Yep.
hard to keep off.
Yep.
Any type of nacho chips, any type of regular
Yep.
potato chips, like
Yep.
they're always there. Popcorn for some reason shows up at some of my parties. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not a popcorn person.
Popcorn and chips. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah. For me, I mean, yeah, I mean, pizza was a good one. I mean, as a matter of fact, this past week we had chili. Everybody brought in a big crock pot of chili, so we had 6, 7 different crock pots of chili. I don't really consider it a party food, but some do. Pasta salad was another one I seen on a lot of parties. Family get together, some kind of pasta salad, or even the I know it's like cucumber ranch dip, onions. They kind of make together. Is another one that I see a lot of my family get-togethers. All right, Tim, we got about 20 minutes. I think we definitely could cover it, but Thanksgiving's in a couple days here. So outside of turkey, what is your number 5 dish at Thanksgiving?
I like a 3-bean casserole. I mean, the flavor is awesome. It's 3 beans. I absolutely when I see it, either a 3-bean casserole or a green bean casserole. You can either
Yep.
one, and to me, that's up there with potato salad. I love them all so much. I'll be honest. Potato salad it was left off this list because of 3-bean salad, 3-bean casserole, and green bean casserole. So,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
my
good.
number one. So yeah.
Okay. For me, before I get into it, last night, Four Boroughs Radio, we did a little bracket uh, Thanksgiving dinner, and of course, we seeded them, and Turkey was the number 1 seed, but it didn't win the bracket. What won the bracket was beer. So us 4 bros on our show, beer beat what we want at Thanksgiving dinner. But you guys will have to check that out as a replay. So for me, cranberries. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of them, but I mean I'll have them here and there. So um, cranberry sauce. Like I said, I'll have them here and there. I'm not a big fan of them, but no, they're always there. You're number 4, Tim. Uh-oh. Lost Tim here. So sorry again for the technical
Number 4.
issue. Oh,
I promise on your list.
you're cutting in and out a little bit. I see him moving.
I guess all 4 of ours are going to be. Yeah, we're moving.
Okay. All right, number 4.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on a little delay, Tim.
All right.
So
Number 4. I'm guessing it's going to be on the list. My next 4 are probably on your list. I'll almost guarantee it. I almost think it will be. I like mashed potatoes.
okay. No, it was a hard one for me to leave off. They were close there. But for me, number 4, I had your number 5. I had green bean casserole on there. It's one of those things that always shows up. Honestly, like you said, it could have been in a party food because it seems like depending on the party, somebody brings green bean casserole. So, all right, so you're number 3 there, Tim.
My number. It almost makes me wonder if my number 3 is. I Thanksgiving.
You're cutting out there, Tim. I didn't get your number 3. What was it?
My number 3 is the sweet potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Again, it's like cranberries. I'll eat them here and there, but they're not one of my favorites. But a great, if they're made right, they are very yummy. I definitely give them that. For me, I had a macaroni pasta dish. Noodles, green peppers, black olives, and like a not Caesar, Italian dressing, onions. Typically always at a Thanksgiving dinner, at least for me. Number 2 there, Tim.
I like a really good stovetop. I like if you got stuffing, especially cornbread stuffing, especially if they cook it right in the turkey,
Oh
you
yeah.
definitely can't go wrong. It's one of the best. It's one of the best.
No doubt. And we nailed number 2. Because I went stuffing too, preferably homemade because, but a box stuffing is not bad either. Like you said, you throw it in the turkey, get all the turkey juices in there and the cooking, and yeah, a good stuffing. Even some people will bring like an apple. They'll throw apples in the stuffing, which ain't bad, but you know, yeah. To me, keep the fruit out of the stuffing. So, but yeah, stuffing definitely number 2. I like that. Number 1, I know we're gonna be way off on the board on this one. But what's your number
Are
1
we?
there? Oh yeah,
This really.
oh yeah.
Oh man.
This
I'm
is a
feeling
personal
real
favorite of
happy about.
mine. So if you have it, if you have any kind of dish like this, I will be shocked.
If I'm shocked. Um, if you don't have a good pumpkin pie, it's
Oh
not
yeah.
Thanksgiving.
No, you
Period.
are exactly right. I mean, there is pies. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But for me, my grandma made this, and it's the simplest dish ever. But and my family, a couple of my aunts have tried to recreate it, and they do a good job. I'm not going to say they're not wrong, but it's just something with just because grandma made it. I don't know why, but she used to make. She called it scalloped corn. It was cream corn, regular corn, and crackers all mixed together with the crackers on top, and bakes it. That's all it is. That is my personal favorite.
I know I've had it.
I miss it every year.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was definitely a personal favorite of mine. So I mean, pie. Don't get me wrong. I had a hard time leaving pie off of there, um, but definitely if we ever do desserts, pies will definitely be up there. But like you said, a good pumpkin pie, especially if it's freshly made. If you get a freshly made one, you'll get one of those first cuts. Put some whipped cream on top of there. Oh, what are some other ones that you
I'll
had?
I'll do you one better with a pumpkin pie.
Uh,
I have made a two-layer cheesecake pumpkin pie.
a cheesecake
Oh,
pumpkin pie.
cheesecake pumpkin pie. There's a
Okay,
pumpkin and cheesecake on top.
really?
Ugh, to die for. And I've had what your grandmother
Yeah,
made. I've had that on I
I know
don't
you
know
have.
how many occasions.
Yep.
That stuff is awesome. That I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And it is one of those things where it's just so simple, and I love it. And one of my uncles gets mad because when my grandma was alive, I always had her make it. And he's like, "Why you make grandma make this? Because nobody eats it besides you." I'm like, "Okay, more for me. I don't care. I mean, but cream cheese pumpkin pie, man. I'll have to try to find a recipe or send me your recipe. I'll have to try to make it. But that does sound actually pretty good.
It's
Um,
awesome.
yeah. I mean, dinner rolls. I mean, somebody's gonna say you guys love dinner rolls off. Yeah, dinner rolls. I mean, they're hit or miss. I mean, again, if you get a fresh dinner roll, I mean, especially now they got the layer ones. I mean, yeah, those are definitely
Yeah.
great. Um, I did have a hard time leaving mashed potatoes off. I figured one of us would have had them on there, but good mashed potatoes. I'm not a gravy guy. Yeah, I'll pour a little gravy on the side just in case the turkey's a little dry, but maybe
Mhm.
on my second plate I would have gravy. When the turkey's set there for a little bit. But what else did you have?
Oh no,
What's
my
that?
sister makes a hell of a turkey. I mean,
Yeah.
either the white meat is juicy, the dark meat is juicy. The thing just falls off the bones. I have seen her
Yeah.
take it out of the oven, out of the bag, grab the spine, grab the breastbone, pick it up, and it all falls off.
Really?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bird. Holy, it's the best bird I've ever had.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing your sister, I'm kind of surprised that I'm not going to say I didn't think she couldn't cook, but you know, but yeah, I mean, I guess there ain't too many. I guess turkey dinners could come. I mean, the best part of Thanksgiving is the leftovers. I mean, we can all agree
Oh,
on
it's
that.
always
I
the
think.
leftovers.
Yeah,
Always
there,
the
there,
leftovers.
turkey the next day. I mean, Thanksgiving part two. I mean, so um, so we're gonna end a little early, but Tim, I know over there you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but uh, I guess let's do it. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the family that I've got, both in the United States and my new family that I found 5 years ago. Um, they they do everything. They make me think. They make me feel things that I didn't think it was possible for me to feel. Um, I mean, it's a whole what they make me feel is a whole new type of love that I didn't think I could find. Um, my family here gives me an experience again that's out of anybody's dream, and I get to live in a country with somebody that's so amazing and her kids, um, her family. It's amazing. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for being a part of C2C. I know JMac's gonna love to hear that. Um, it's a, it's not a kiss ass thing. It's not. It's a great community. You guys are all an amazing group of guys to just to talk sports with and all other types of things. Great shows. Um, I don't know. I feel blessed, but I feel like I got more blessings coming.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, definitely thankful for what I've accumulated over the last few years. My job has been gracious enough to be able to help me support my family, get me into a couple brand new cars that I've never experienced until a couple years ago. Finally got a brand new car and got to upgrade it to a 2023 this year. So definitely thankful for Ace and J Mac and Mess Around Dave and coming together with C2C. It's always an honor to do a show with them, with you, Tim, everybody, just to talk sports, talk trivia, talk water cooler talk, do the Four Bros radio show, which again, it will never be played on daytime radio. It's not. It's one of those shows. Definitely, it's a guy show. Um, but definitely, enjoy doing morning tailgate with you guys. Um, with C2C, it's brought me back to more of a sports fan where I kind of started drifting away with all the monies and how much it was to go to things. But and then of course, definitely thankful for my family I got. Thankful for my little cousin who joined the Marines. He just went out to boot camp this last week, so he'll be gone. Definitely, want to thank him for what he's going to be doing down the road. But like you said, Tim, I know there's still more grateful things coming down the road. For everything, and just for everybody, just be safe on Thanksgiving. Be safe on Black Friday. I know a lot of crazy people are going to be out shopping. Um, but outside of that, just enjoy the time you have with everybody. But with that being said, me and Tim were talking backstage, and we might move the start time in a couple weeks. It'll be 7 o'clock his time, 12 my time, so noon Central. Just kind of shake it up, see where we can get the best views and content, and so check that out. Probably first week in December. Next Tuesday we will be back at 9 o'clock. The following Tuesday after that, I got a family commitment, so we're either going to do the show Monday or we're going to do the show Thursday. We'll probably do it at noon that time. So, with that being said, check us out on C2C all week long. We definitely got great content tonight. Hopefully, we get our final on deck show going. A lot of scheduling conflicts have been happening with family and stuff, which is understandable. Tuesday Night Mania tonight. And then Wednesday, we got Sports Minute. And then again, you'll see myself and Tim morning tailgate breaking down the Thursday Thanksgiving games, how bad the Vikings played last Sunday, and predict our Week 12, Tim. Tim, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, man. What do you think about that? Or it's Week 12.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's Week 12. It seems like it's going way too fast.
it is. It definitely is. So, I mean, even our show. I mean, we're already in Week 4. Next week will be Week 5. So, with that being said, check us out next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Central for another C2C Rankem. Have a good night.